Hello, hi, welcome back to the channel. So I am making saheena. Saheena is an Indian delicacy, street food similar to doubles. You can find the recipe for doubles on the channel, and we're using dasheen bush leaves, or what is called taro leaves. Some may know it as taro leaves, or you can also use spinach, or you can use Swiss chard greens. So, and this is my flour, this is my split peas powder, this is freshly ground green seasoning. I've got a teaspoon of jeera, a teaspoon of saffron or turmeric powder. I've got a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of brown sugar. I've got half tablespoon of salt, and I've got the juice of a lime, or you can use lemon. So let's shift this aside in the meantime. First and foremost, I've got to prepare the dasheen leaves. So I went ahead and cut them up. You can cut it very fine, like chiffonade or chiffonade. Kind of want to tie my tongue up. And you can take your scissors and chip it very finely. So that's what I did. So here, the first thing I'm going to do is to put the juice of the lime, which is going to help to prevent it scratching your throat on eating it. And in that, I'm going to put 2 cups of warm water. For one reason, washing it. Second reason, the warm water will help to pre-cook the dasheen leaves. So I'm just going to stir it up here in the water. Give it a rinse here. And I'm going to drain it out. Then I'm going to rinse it with clear water, pure water, and then I'll come back and prepare the dough. Now, not really the dough, the batter. Okay, so here is our dasheen leaves or taro leaves. As you can see, it has wilted because of the heat from the warm water. I added some more hot water to it, so it comes as though it's blanched. Yeah, so we're gonna, now this was draining here, so I'm gonna put it to this bowl now. And start adding the other ingredients to make our batter. Right, so I'm going to add my half tablespoon of flour, sorry, half tablespoon of salt. Oh my god. Half tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of green seasoning, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, that's my phone ringing in the background, 1 teaspoon of jeera and cumin, or cumin as you want to call it, and the turmeric or saffron powder, sugar and baking powder, and half cup of split peas powder, grounded split peas powder, not forgetting yeast or yeast. Right, so I'm just gonna mix this up here, and then we're gonna add water to bring it to a batter. So I have lukewarm water here now. I've got 2 cups, but I'm going to eyeball it because we don't want to put too much water that it comes out watery. We want a thick batter, not a watery batter. If I need more water, I will get some more. So I'm gonna mix this here until I get the consistency that I need. Okay, so here I am. Now you can adjust this to suit you. If you think the leaves look too much, you can add additional flour, and you can add additional salt and yeast. So what I did, the leaves were looking too much for me because I had 8 leaves here and the flour was looking, I was hardly seeing the flour. So I added another 1.5 cups of flour, which I divided in 1/2 cup split peas powder and 1 cup plain flour. So then overall I have here 3 cups of plain flour and 1 cup of split peas powder, and I added another 1/2 tablespoon of yeast to come to this consistency. As you can see, it's a bit thicker than the pylori batter, but it's not runny and it's not hard. So at this consistency, I can put it in my hands and shape it, or I can do it off the spoon and slide it into the oil when it's heated. So as for now, I'm gonna leave this here to proof or to raise. I'm gonna cover it and leave it, and then we're gonna come back and go to the cooker and start off frying. Now this is served with chutney, or some persons like chana or chickpeas, but you can do grated mango chutney or pomsite, which is June plum, or grated mango chutney or boiled chutney, your choice. You can even use tamarind chutney or tamarind sauce. So I'm going to leave this to raise, and then what did I do with the cling wrap? Yeah, I'm going to cling it. And leave it to raise. Probably half an hour. I'll monitor it to see how high it gets. So I'll come back to you. Okay, folks, so our dough, not dough, I keep saying dough, our batter has risen quite nicely. Yep, look at it here. So we have 2 choices. You can either put water to your hands and shape it as best as possible to fry, or you can put oil on your hands, or you can probably use a spoon and, you know, just slide it off the spoon into the oil. So the oil is heating up there, and let's go to the cooker and see what's happening. Okay, so I don't really like the idea of my hands all up in it, so I'm going to use a spoon here. Yeah. Now what I did, I rubbed some oil on the spoon so that it can slide off easily, and I'm just going to slide it down there. It doesn't have to be perfectly round or whatever shape. And I raised the heat on this cooker so that the oil could heat up properly, and then I turned it down, so it's going to be frying on a low to medium heat. Yeah. Now you don't have to use all your butter at the same time. You can freeze some for future use. You just have to take it out, leave it in the refrigerator, let it thaw out, and then you bring it to room temperature and fry. It's as simple as that. So we're gonna have different shapes and sizes, but most important, it's gonna be yummy, 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 yummy. So let's let this fry here, and of course I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna use a tongue. I'm gonna flip the first one. And we want a nice golden brown